Wealth, fitness, and career success are the end results of a variable most people completely ignore, a 1% change. Just 1%. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly why that tiny number is the most powerful force. This is Atomic Habits by James Clear, and this book provides the blueprint for how you think about every action you take. The British cycling team used a strategy so simple it sounds trivial, yet it turned them into the most dominant cycling team on Earth. That strategy, the aggregation of marginal gains, is the entire foundation of this book. The author, James Clear, discovered this approach out of necessity. After a severe baseball injury shattered his face and nearly ended his career, he had to rebuild his body and his life from scratch. He became obsessed with one question: how do microscopic changes turn into massive results? He concluded that a new life is the result of a mechanical, engineered approach to small actions. Sudden bursts of motivation eventually burn out. Real progress requires a system of tiny, daily adjustments. The core flaw in human behavior is our obsession with the finish line. We fixate on huge, outcome-based goals, like losing 50 pounds or making $100,000, while ignoring the daily, unglamorous systems required to reach them. To understand why systems matter more than goals, look at this chart mapping out the aggregation of marginal gains over a single year. If you get just 1% better at something every single day, the compounding effect means you are 37 times better than where you started. But the math is brutal. Decline by 1% daily, and you reduce your baseline to almost nothing by year's end. Time acts as a magnifying glass for your habits. It takes your daily trajectory, multiplies it mathematically, making your long-term outcome a reflection of your daily math. Once you hit an outcome-based goal, the motivation vanishes. If you train to run a marathon, you often stop running the day after the race. Permanent change requires an identity-based focus. You don't say, "I want to run a marathon." You say, "I am a runner." Your habits are physical evidence. Every action you take is a microscopic vote cast to prove you are becoming this new type of person. Every habit breaks down into a 4-step loop: cue, craving, response, and reward. Control this loop by treating these steps like dials. To build a good habit, adjust the environment. Make the cue obvious, craving attractive, response easy, reward satisfying. Sustained good behavior isn't the result of willpower. It's the result of intentionally designing an environment where success is the path of least resistance. When trying to break a destructive behavior, relying on discipline usually fails because you are fighting against a system already wired into your brain. This diagram illustrates how you destroy those behaviors by inverting the 4 laws. You attack the loop directly by making the behavior invisible, making it unattractive, making it difficult, and making it unsatisfying. If you want to stop eating junk food, you do not keep it in the pantry where you have to constantly resist it. You physically lock it in a distant cabinet to add friction. If you want to spend less time on your phone, you remove the apps from your home screen and delete the saved passwords. Bad habits are rarely defeated by the mind alone. They must be systematically starved of oxygen by the environment you construct. There are 3 actionable rules you can use starting today. First, goals do not elevate your performance. When the pressure hits, you fall to the functional limit of your systems. Second, use habit stacking. If you want to read daily, attach it to a pre-existing anchor. Decide that immediately after you pour your morning coffee, you will read for 10 minutes. The existing routine carries the new one. Third, never miss twice. Missing a habit once is just an accident. It provides data. But missing it a second time builds the foundation of a new negative loop. Get back on track immediately. Atomic Habits earns a 9.5 out of 10. It replaces standard self-help advice with science-backed practicality you can apply the minute you close the cover. It forces you to confront a hard truth. Your current life, your health, your finances, your skills is the compounded mathematical total of your past daily habits. Tell us in the comments, what specific habit are you trying to build right now? I read every single comment. And if you found this breakdown helpful, hit that subscribe button. We drop a brand new book analysis every week here on Mindora. See you in the next one.